Okay, let's talk about the body that I've been using for my MWX R.1 in 3500 kV motor, and that is the SubRC JX body. This body weighs in at 13.58 grams, so 13.6 grams. And I have this body since November. I think the November to December, end of December, I was driving this car pretty actively. Maybe I was putting down 300 to 400 laps every weekend. And on that first month, I had a rip right here. And then eventually on the maybe a month and a half, I had a second rip. But that's since December. It's March now, and that's the only thing I have. It's still solid. A small rip. Okay, not big, and that's it. This is on my 3500 kV PN motor. This is the PN Racing ZLB lightweight body, and it's quite light. This body weighs in at 9.87 grams, so under 10 grams. This body. I just went by the feel. I just switched them off back to back. I actually did it twice, and then the first time I was just doing it, not writing anything down. The second time I started writing stuff down. So I can remember what I felt when I was switching the body every time I put the car on the track using the same battery. Okay, 20 laps per session, and I did it 4 times in one day within 20 minutes, I think, or less than that. Okay, so this body doesn't have a rip on it at all. I was running this body actively in my Atomic MRX, the first generation. And at the time when I had the Atomic, I was running this body maybe, I had it for 3 months, maybe 400 every weekend on that first month, more drive time with the Atomic and this body than this one. And with this body, there's no rip. I'm not saying that this body is sturdier than this. It's just that this body was on a slower car compared to my R1. My setup at the time wasn't as fast as this R1 3500. So I think the reason why I was ripping my body with the R1, and then this JX body is just ripping like that, is because this car is fast. It's matching my mod car's lap time, and if it can't match it, it's a tenth slower, and that's it. So much corner speed. Anyway, let's not talk about the R1. I'm just saying that the car is faster. That's why I was ripping the body. It's like running mod car, but with a 3500 motor, and I don't like driving mod car, but this one is not super aggressive, the speed, but at the same time, the lap times I'm pulling with this car is maybe less than a tenth away from mod lap times. My cars, I had 2 mod cars at the time when I was doing this and the other mod car versus my 3500 R1. So anyway, I tested this body on this car only on a track layout that's small medium in size. The straightaway is 20 tiles. The infield, the depth is 12 tiles. Basically the infield is 2 tiles, and then the left side sweeper, the straightaway is not even a straightaway. There's a chicane in the straightaway. That's 3 tiles after the chicane, and then a chicane on the right hand side. I'll post a picture of it. With this body, the car understeers. This car is fine, except when you come into the right side. I can't hold the throttle more. I have to let off way more than I would with this body. It just understeers a lot, especially just before I make that right turn after the bridge. I'm sorry, the left turn and then a right turn. I'm always hitting the wall because it just understeers a lot with this body. And I think that has something to do with the weight of the body. The transition is lower because this is like 4 grams, almost 4 grams heavier than this body. So the transitioning from left, right is just slower than this body, okay? it's a short blip chicane, you know, and I couldn't carry that much speed. But however, this is still a tenth faster than this car only because of that side of the track. Also, with this body, I noticed that when I'm letting off, slowing down, letting off the throttle a little bit, the back end with this body starts to make a sharper turn. So when I was driving this car, then I switched to this car. Now I'm letting off too much. When I let off too much, this car would square the turn as if I don't have new tires. But I did that time I was doing the test. And then with this body, when I was letting off, it would over rotate in the back, okay? And that was not happening with this body, okay? I don't know if that has something to do with the spoiler, the shape of the spoiler, or if it's just the weight of the car. You know what I mean? I really don't know. But that's what I noticed, and I figured I should share that with the ZLB body. When I would slow down, this would rotate, over rotate in the back. This one would stay stable, okay? But it's slow in the chicane. High speed on power chicane, this one is slow. This one is slow, I have to slow down. A tight but fast chicane. This one, it's faster, but I know I can go faster, but that's my car setup. I need to work on the setup for that layout. I'm not working on it right now, and I don't plan on doing it because this car overall is fast. But this one, yeah, it's a tenth faster than this. A tenth is not easy for me to shave. That's like blinky versus non-blinky, you know. A tenth is fast, and usually I would just shave 300 to 600ths of a second. Not a tenth, not a tenth. This one, this body was a clear tenth faster than this. And here's how I did it. I went on the track, put a brand new battery, new tires. Well, I mean, I had the tires brand new, but I've already put in 40 laps on it, so it's still new. First run, same battery, fully charged, new tires. First run, 20 laps each. Fastest lap I did was 6.49, this body, and then I switched to the JX body. Fast lap I did was 6.66, the ZLB again, and run it. I think in like 5 laps I hit like 6.41. Okay, and then after that 20 laps I went back to the pit, put this body on, run it again, 20 laps. That's the most I can hit, 6.56. So PN, SubRC, PN, SubRC. Okay, and yes, this is faster for that small layout. Okay, I'm not gonna tell you that this is a better body than this, no, because I like this body also, even though it's heavier. On a flowy layout, I like to use this body. On a tighter layout, I noticed that this works better. The back end rotates quicker, and it's just quicker overall inside the chicane. Fast chicane where there's like a quick transition left right. This one, it can't do that. But on a high speed, more flowy layout, this is a good, really good body. So between the two, oh, that would be hard. I'll have to run both of them. Maybe the ZLB regular weight. Yeah, maybe I'll try that next time. They're both good, and I still plan on running this. As a matter of fact, this is what I'm gonna run next when I go to the track. That's why I have it mounted there. Although there's only 4 grams of weight difference, or under 4 grams weight difference, this in a technical track is faster. For one body though, I would, if you're gonna run one body, I'm gonna say this body, the SubRC, because it does it all. I think this one, although it's still stable on the back straight, this can over rotate, especially if you're heavy with the throttle. This can over rotate. Okay, this one doesn't have that. And although it's slow on one section of the track, overall, majority of the track, this body is fast. This one is only fast on that technical tight track, right side of the track layout. But I'm curious to try the regular weight now, the ZLB. Maybe it's going to be in between the two, you know, maybe maybe this, and then the PNZLB regular weight, and then this body, right? Who knows? Maybe I'll try that next time. But right now, if you're looking at the lightweight or the JX, I think this one, I like this one because it feels very stable. No, okay, not very stable. It feels stable and it's fast on almost all of the track layouts we've had. Like I said, only one. This is faster on the right side, quick chicane. I'll post a video after this.
6-6.
Wow.
18-5. 7-1. 9-2. 6-7. 6-8. 6-6. 6-6. 6-5. 6-6. 6-4. 6-5.
Okay, here's an update. Was finally able to go back to the track and try these two bodies on a bigger, faster layout. Last time I did the test was 3 weeks ago, and that's on a tighter technical track layout. This time it's more flowy and it's 2 tiles wider, which is where I want to test these body, compare the two. You know, I know the ZLB was better on a tight technical track layout, but I was also curious if this is going to be better than the JX on a bigger, more open layout, like high speed flowy layout. And here are the results. I used this body on Friday night's race. The total laps I did with all 3 of the cars I had on Friday was 659 laps. This is in my MWX R.1 with 3500 motor. The fast lap I did that night was 6.74 with this body. On Saturday, I did total 907 laps. So basically 659. What I'm saying is that I'm used to the layout at this point. On Saturday, the first body I tried was the PNZLB. I did 24 laps on a new battery, not a brand new battery, but a charged battery. Old batteries, you know, 2 years old, almost 2 years old, 2023. For whatever reason, the battery is still strong. I also have a new battery, January 2025. It feels the same. Like I can't tell the difference. With the fresh charged battery, I did 24 laps. Fast lap was 6.61, and number of times I hit 6.6 5 times. Number of times I hit 6.7 3 times. 6.8 11 times. And the first time I hit the 6.6 was at lap number 9 at 6.69. I've removed the body, put the JX body on, new battery, charged battery. I did 25 laps. Fast lap is 6.67, 600 of a second off. Number of times I hit 6.6, 2 times. 6.7, 2 times. 6.8, 6 times. Just look at the difference, okay? And I hit the 6.69 at lap number 16, okay? it took a while to get to 6.6. And at this point, I'm used to the track layout, okay? It took a while to get to the 6.6, lap 16. So using the same battery, I removed the JX body, put the PN body back on, and did 12 laps. I hit fast lap 6.64 on a used battery, okay? Fast lap how many times I did 6.6? 3 times. 6.7, 3 times. 6.8, 3 times. It took me 3 laps, okay, to get 6.68 from switching the body. 6.69, I switched the body, and then in 3 laps, I hit 6.68. To get to 6.69, it took me 16 laps. To get to 6.69 with the ZLB, it took me 9 laps, okay? When I did this, I haven't reached 6.6. The fastest lap I did was the night before at 6.74. Okay, but still 9 laps, 16 laps with a used battery, 3 laps. So yes, the ZLB is actually faster body for the tighter track and the bigger track. And the rear end rotating, I didn't feel it this time because the temperature on Friday, I forgot to put that down, was 68 degrees. The temperature on Saturday was 64, 66, 64 in the morning and up to 66 degrees. Although it's cooler, for whatever reason, on Saturday, the traction was a lot better, okay? And I'm not sure why that is. The humidity here, I think, was like 44, 48, 44 to 48, and I think this one was 55, I think, 55% humidity. This is, again, the lightweight body, okay? And this is the regular body on 9.9 grams. This, I believe, was like 13.6 grams. Okay, also, I want to let you know that I still don't have a rip here. I got this body in August for my Atomic. There's no rip. I raced it on Friday. I put a lot of laps in on this car yesterday on Saturday. It's even though it's light, it's pretty good, I would say, because this one already had rips on it. But I don't think it's the materials or how thick it is. I think how it's mounted on the body. Maybe I don't know, maybe it's not properly mounted, and every time I would hit the wall it would fold a certain way, you know. Meanwhile, this one doesn't fold. Who knows? Okay, I know maybe if this is not properly mounted, this will rip easily. I don't know, but I just want to let you guys know that there's still no rip on this body. So it's a pretty solid choice. Not that this body is bad, okay? It's also a good body, but for this test and on this car, okay, I don't know for the other cars, but for that car, this test, this is a faster car. Even though they're both doing 6.6, right? The number of times I was hitting fast laps, you know, compared to the JX, you know what I mean? I can easily get to the 6.6 with this body. This one, I really have to try. I mean, look, I only hit it twice in 25 laps. And this one, 12 laps, I hit it 3 times. I really have to drive this. The main thing I notice is that it understeers under power. So I have to let off more and coming into the corner. For some reason, it's understeering more. This one, off power, has better rotation, and on power, I still have the steering. So for right now, I'm going to be running this body in a race, but for just, you know, playing around, I'll probably run this body. And I think I will try the next body, which is the regular body, the non-lightweight. This is a lightweight body. And see, I guess I'm going to compare the two, lightweight versus the non-lightweight ZLB body. Okay, I think that's the end of this video. Okay, thanks.